You just got your real estate license and you're like, now what? So I want to talk about what you should do, your very next steps the moment you get your real estate license. So I want to make mention too that when you get your license, you're going to be very much bombarded with a lot of people contacting you. And what I mean by a lot of people, I mean brokerages that want you. And I want to make sure that you are aware that you really need to be mindful about what brokerage to go work for, because ultimately everyone's going to kind of tell you what you want to hear. We have the best leads, we have the best brokerage, we have all these great things, but at the end of the day, what matters most to you, in my opinion, when you're first starting out, is the mentorship that you will receive. This is imperative, because even if the company has the best leads and even if the company has the best of everything, if you don't know what to do, the moment you get your first deal, you are going to feel so lost and you will feel not great about all the incentives that a company has to offer if you have nobody to talk to. So the first thing you're going to want to start thinking about the moment that a brokerage contacts you is, what does the mentorship look like? What does it include? What is the commission split? And what do I get in return for that? How many do you need to do? Is it 1? Is it 3? And then after 3, are you out on your own? Who do you have to talk to once an actual transaction is going through after these 3 deals? Do you get to talk to a broker? Is there a manager? These are the questions and ideas I want to put in your mind to be asking, because you have to remember you're a valuable commodity. They want you because they know you're going to come in and you're going to pay your monthly fees and they're going to make money off of you. Ultimately, it's up to you to do your due diligence and make sure the company you're partnering with is who they say they are. Now, if you go to a company that doesn't deliver, just to put this in the back of your mind, I know you might be paying fees to join, but you're an independent contractor. You're able to go to wherever you need to go. Do not feel bad if you find that after a few months of being there and they don't deliver on a mentor, that leaving, don't feel bad that that's the wrong thing. I'll give you an example. I spoke to a woman, so I'm a managing broker, so I'm hiring agents all the time for the company that I work for, Arterra, Florida. And this woman, highly intelligent person, she was a federal court judge and attorney who was retired, moved to Florida, and contacted me and wanted to know more about the company. Lo and behold, I kind of pulled out of her why she wanted to talk to me is because she wasn't getting the mentorship she had been promised. And the company she told me she was with, in my opinion, is a very reputable company around the state of Florida. And I was surprised, but not surprised at the same time, because this unfortunately happens very often. She told me that they blew up her phone. They contacted her a lot the moment she got done with her license, and they couldn't find a mentor after months of her being there. And she told me she was literally calling, the more advanced agents and asking for their guidance and assistance, but she knew that wasn't really their responsibility, and they, kind of do the best to give her advice, but they weren't mentors to her. And she was frustrated. And, ultimately she did not come work for our company, and I hope she's getting what she needs now at the company she's at. But that's terrible. This is a very smart person who just wants to know how to do a contract and has nobody to talk to. So what I'm trying to say is this happens to everyone. Some other questions you want to ask is, you can ask if they do provide leads and what those leads look like. Is it a higher split when you get leads from the company versus providing your own? Also ask about the culture. At least in my opinion, culture is an important aspect. It doesn't mean everything, but I think you just want to know where they lie in certain things and certain viewpoints. And I think that would be of help for you, maybe even just asking that question, what they say. Do they have a response for that? Are they going to say, oh, we don't have a culture? I can't believe you asked me that question. That could be maybe a little red alarm that this may or may not be good for you. But I'm going to tell you something that might be considered a secret that no brokerage wants you to know, but I'm going to tell you right now. You want to know what it is? That it doesn't matter what company you work for. Here's why. I have been in real estate for 10 years now, and I'm not kidding you. not one person that I have worked with, not one client, not one buyer, not one seller has ever asked me what brokerage I work at. Nobody. So what does that mean? That means that they hire you. They trust you, they like you, and therefore they're going to do business with you. It is irrelevant in their mind what company you work for because they just want to get the deal done. They just want to go from buying to closing or from selling to closing. So I say that because I want you to feel empowered to know that you have the right to decide the company that's best for you. I'll also give an example about myself. So I started my first 7 years in the industry part-time. I was building a print magazine business from the ground up. So I would do anywhere from 1 to 5 deals a year just from people that I knew, whether they were my advertisers, my business associates, or whatnot. And I worked for a friend of mine, and that worked for me at the time. I ultimately left my friends, who I'm still friends with today, their brokerage, but I just needed to know what else was out there. We left on good terms. I had to know, like, what is everybody else doing out here in the world? And they understood. And then I tried a couple of cloud-based brokerages, and there was nothing wrong with them. It just didn't really fit my needs. And now I'm here, and I took over as a managing broker position. So, just do what you need to do for yourself. And kind of going back to what I said earlier, like, if somebody's not aligning with what your needs are, do not be afraid. They don't pay your bills. You pay your bills. They aren't going to worry about whether you're making it at the end of the day. You're worrying about that, okay? So it is okay. Remember, you're now in a business. You have to adapt a business mindset. And I talk about this all the time, especially with new agents, because I think it's something that you feel uncomfortable with. Your mindset dictates how you're going to spend your time in this new business you're in, okay? So you're an independent contractor, you're on your own, and you have to decide how you're going to set your day up and how it's going to look like. And being a part of a brokerage that helps you accomplish that or doesn't help you accomplish that can be a deciding factor in your feelings about that brokerage or your success in general. So the very last idea that I want to leave you with is just make sure that you ask questions, take time to decide where you're going to go. And I highly recommend talking to a lot of brokerages. I feel like we feel this rush to make a decision, but go out and talk to different brokers. Talk to a few people. I know I did not do that. And I know that if I had, I would have probably found a better fit faster, but I just kind of jumped. I was like, okay, I believe this person, it's going to work out. No, do your due diligence, talk to a couple of brokerages, weigh the benefits and the pros, but I'm going to leave you with the one thought is you need to do the best program, especially in the beginning. And if you're a part-time agent too, with who you're working with directly, that mentor, that person that's going to train you, the person that's going to be available for you all the time, you need to know who that is. And you need to like them. I'm sorry, but you need to. You need to know that that person's going to be available for a phone call and not make you feel bad. That they're going to be able to answer your questions and not make you feel uncomfortable. Okay, so I think I've nailed that in your mind. And we're going to go out and you're going to accomplish those things as you're getting started out. So I want to thank you for watching this video. And I'd love for you to share any questions you might have about the topic we are just talking about in the comments below, anything I might have missed or something you maybe want more clarity on, because I'd love to be able to make additional content for your questions. See you at the next video when I talk more about getting into the new agent career mindset.